Warning, the video you are about to watch will contain language and scenarios of a highly adult nature and is therefore not recommended for children under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey, what is up, guys? This is Couch Potato Mike back in the book club for part 2 of Chapter 7 of Grey by E.L.James. Sorry I had to cut it short last time, guys, but sometimes life gets in the way. All you moms out there, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I think I pulled a hair off my microphone. Before we get started, I want to thank you guys. Everybody who subscribed, I want to thank you, and everybody who's going to subscribe, I thank you in advance. I also thank you for giving me those thumbs up, those likes that help me out with that YouTube algorithm that spreads my majesty across the lands far and wide, all the way from America to Norway to South Africa to Venezuela and other places that, oddly enough, people have watched my stuff. Thank you in Spain. I guess this closed captioning's work. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump right into part 2 of Chapter 7. Oh, and I want to thank you guys for always leaving the comments. I got a particularly funny comment today on one of my videos from the Freed series. Apparently, I yelled, "Shut up, cat," during the video, and made somebody who was listening to my video bust out laughing at work, and everybody looked at her like a goon. So I'm glad I could bring some laughter into your day, and I'm glad I can bring this enjoyment into everybody's day. That's why I do this. That's why I do it. All right, so without further ado, what is it, Anastasia? I ask as I reach out and pluck her chin. "Stop biting your lip, or I will fuck you in the elevator, and I don't care who gets in with us," I growl. She's shocked. I think, though, why she would be after all we've done. My mood softens. "Christian, I have a problem," she says. "Oh?" Sorry. In the elevator, I press the button for the garage. "Well," she stutters, uncertain. Then she squares her shoulders. "I need to talk to Kate. I've so many questions about sex, and you're too involved. If you want me to do all these things, how do I know?" She stops, as if weighing her words. "I just don't have any terms of reference." Not this again. We've been over this. I don't want her talking to anyone. She signed an NDA. But she's asked, again, so it must be important to her. "Talk to her if you must. Make sure she doesn't mention anything to Elliot." "She wouldn't do that, and I wouldn't tell you anything she tells me about Elliot." If she were to tell me anything," she insists. I remind her that I'm not interested in Elliot's sex life, but agree that she can talk about what we've done so far. Her roommate would have my balls if she knew my real intentions. "Okay," Hannah says and gives me a bright smile. "The sooner I have your submission, the better, and we can stop all this." "Stop all what?" "You defying me." I kiss her quickly, and her lips on mine immediately make me feel better. "Nice car," she says as we approach the R8 in the underground garage. I know. I flash her a quick grin, and I'm rewarded with another smile before she rolls her eyes. I open the door for her, wondering if I should comment about the eye rolling. "So what sort of car is this?" she asks when I'm behind the wheel. "It's an Audi R8 Spider. It's a lovely day. We can take the top down. There's a baseball cap in there. In fact, there should be two." I start the ignition and retract the roof, and the boss fills the car. Gotta love Bruce. Nat. I grin at Anna and steer the R8 out of the safe place in the garage. Weaving in and out of traffic on the I-5, we head toward Portland. Anna is quiet, listening to the music and staring out the window. It's difficult to see her expression behind oversized wayfarers and under my mariner's cap. The wind whistles over us as we speed past Boeing Field. So far, this weekend has been unexpected, but what did I expect? I thought we'd have dinner, discuss the contract, and then what? Perhaps fucking her was inevitable. I glance across at her. Yes, I want to fuck her again. I wish I knew what she was thinking. She gives little away, but I've learned something about Anna. In spite of her inexperience, she's willing to learn. Who would have thought that under that shy exterior she has the soul of a siren? An image of her lips around my dick comes to mind and I suppress a moan. Yeah, she's more than willing. The thought is arousing. I hope I can see her before next weekend. Even now I'm itching to touch her again. Reaching across, I put my hand on her knee. Hungry? Not particularly. She sounds subdued. This is getting old. You must eat, Anastasia. I know a great place near Olympia. We'll stop there. Cuisine Sauvage is small and crowded with couples and families enjoying Sunday brunch. With Anna's hand in mine, we follow the hostess to our table. The last time I came here was with Elena. I wonder what she'd make of Anastasia. I've not been here for a while. We don't get a choice. They cook whatever they've caught or gathered. I say, grimacing, feigning my horror. Anna laughs. Why do I feel 10 feet tall when I make her laugh? Two glasses of Pinot Grigio, I order from the waitress, who's making eyes at me from beneath blonde bangs. That's annoying. Anna scowls. What? I ask, wondering if the waitress is annoying her too. I wanted a Diet Coke. Why didn't you say so? I frown. The Pinot Grigio here is a decent wine. It will go well with the meal, whatever we get. Whatever we get? She asks, her eyes round with alarm. Yes, and I give her my megawatt smile to make amends for not letting her order her own drink. I'm just not used to asking. My mother liked you, I add, hoping this will please her and remembering Grace's reaction to Anna. Really? She says, looking flattered. Oh yes, she always thought I was gay. Why? Because she's never seen me with a girl. Oh, not even one of the 15? You remembered. No, none of the 15. Oh. Yes, only you, baby. The thought is unsettling. You know, Anastasia, it's been a weekend of firsts for me, too. It has? I've never slept with anyone, never had sex in my bed, never flown a girl in Charlie Tango, never introduced a woman to my mother. What are you doing to me? Yeah, what the hell are you doing to me? This isn't me. The waitress brings us our chilled wine, and Anna immediately takes a quick sip, her bright eyes on me. I've really enjoyed this weekend, she says with bashful delight in her voice. I have too, and I realize I haven't enjoyed a weekend for a while, since Susanna and I parted ways. I tell her so. What's vanilla sex? She asks. I laugh at her unexpected question and complete change of topic. Just straightforward sex, Anastasia. No toys, no add-ons. I shrug. You know, well, actually you don't. But that's what it means. Oh, she says, as she looks a little crestfallen. What now? The waitress diverts us, putting down 2 soup bowls full of greenery. Nettle soup, she announces and struts back into the kitchen. We glance at each other, then back at the soup. A quick taste informs us both that it's delicious. Anna giggles at my exaggerated expression of relief. That's such a lovely sound, I say softly. Why have you never had vanilla sex before? Have you always done what you've done? She's as inquisitive as ever. Sort of. And then I wonder if I should expand on this. More than anything, I want her to be forthcoming with me. I want her to trust me. I'm never this candid, but I think I can trust her, so I choose my words carefully. One of my mother's friends seduced me when I was 15. Oh. Anna's spoon pauses midway from the bowl to her mouth. She had very particular tastes. I was her submissive for 6 years. Oh, she breathes. So I do know what it involves, Anastasia. More than you know. I didn't really have a run-of-the-mill introduction to sex. I couldn't be touched. I still can't. I wait for her reaction, but she continues with her soup, mulling over this tidbit of information. So you never dated anyone in college? She asks, when she's finished with her last spoonful. No. The waitress interrupts us to clear our empty bowls. Anna waits for her to leave. Why? Do you really want to know? Yes. I didn't want to. She was all I wanted, needed. And besides, she'd have beaten the shit out of me. She blinks a couple of times as she absorbs this news. So if she was a friend of your mother's, how old was she? Old enough to know better. Do you still see her? She sounds shocked. Yes. Do you still, She blushes crimson, her mouth turned down. No, I say quickly. I don't want her to have the wrong idea about my relationship with Elena. She's a very good friend, I reassure her. Oh, does your mother know? Of course not. My mother would kill me, and Elena too. The waitress returns with the main entree, venison. Anna takes a long sip of her wine. But it can't have been full time. She's ignoring her food. Well, it was, though I didn't see her all the time. It was difficult. After all, I was still in school and then at college. Eat up, Anastasia. I'm really not hungry, Christian, she says. I narrow my eyes. Eat. I keep my voice low as I try to check my temper. Give me a moment, she says, her tone quiet as mine. What's her problem, Elena? Okay, I agree, wondering if I've told her too much, and I take a bite of my venison. Finally, she picks up her cutlery and starts eating. Good. Is that what our, relationship will be like? She asks. You ordering me around? She scrutinizes the plate of food in front of her. Yes. I see. She tosses her ponytail over her shoulders. And what's more, you'll want me to. It's a big step, she says. It is. I close my eyes. I want to do this with her now more than ever. What can I say to convince her to give our arrangement a try? Anastasia, you have to go with your gut. Do the research. Read the contract. I'm happy to discuss any aspect. I'll be in Portland until Friday if you want to talk about it before then. Call me. Maybe we can have dinner, say Wednesday? I really want to make this work. In fact, I've never wanted anything as much as I want this. Whoa, big speech, Gray. Did you just ask her on a date? What happened to the 15? She asks. Various things, but it boils down to incompatibility. And you think that I might be compatible with you? Yes, I hope so. So you're not seeing any of them anymore? No, Anastasia, I'm not. I am monogamous in my relationships. I see. Do the research, Anastasia. She puts her knife and fork down, signaling that she's finished her meal. That's it? That's all you're going to eat? She nods, placing her hands in her lap and her mouth set in that mulish way she has, and I know it will be a fight to persuade her to clean her plate. No wonder she's so slim. Her eating issues will be something to work on if she agrees to be mine. As I continue to eat, her eyes dart As I continue to eat, her eyes dart to me every few seconds, and a slow flush stains her cheeks. Oh, what's this? Let me try that line again, guys. As I continue to eat, her eyes dart to me every few seconds, and a slow flush stains her cheeks. Yes. Sorry. Oh, what's this? I'd give anything to know what you're thinking right at this moment. She's clearly thinking. Do I have to put myself in timeout? Let's try that again. I'd give anything to know what you're thinking right at this moment. She's clearly thinking about sex. I can guess, I tease. I'm glad you can't read my mind. Your mind? No, Anastasia, but your body. That I've gotten to know quite well since yesterday. I give her a wolfish grin and ask for the check. When we leave, her hand is firmly in mine. She's quiet, deep in thought it seems, and it remains so all the way to Vancouver. I've given her a great deal to think about, but she's also given me a great deal to think about. Will she want to do this with me? Damn, I hope so. It's still light when we arrive at her home, but the sun is sinking to the horizon and shining pink and pearl light on Mount St. Helens. Anna and Kate live in a scenic spot with an amazing view. Do you want to come in? She asks after I've switched off the engine. No, I have work to do. I know that if I accept her invitation, I'll be crossing a line I'm not prepared to cross. I'm not boyfriend material. I don't want to give her any false expectations of the kind of relationship she'll have with me. Her face falls, and deflated, she looks away. She doesn't want me to go. It's humbling. Reaching across, I grasp her hand and kiss her knuckles, hoping to take the sting out of my rejection. Thank you for this weekend, Anastasia. It's been the best. She turns shining eyes to me. Wednesday, I continue. I'll pick you up from work, from wherever. Wednesday, she says, and the hope in her voice is disconcerting. Shit, it's not a date. I kiss her hand again and climb out of the car to open her door. I have to get out of here before I do something I regret. When she gets out of the car, she brightens, at odds with how she looked a moment ago. She marches up to her front door, but before reaching the steps, she turns suddenly. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing your underwear, she says in triumph as she yanks the waistband up so I can clearly see the words Polo and Ralph peeking over her jeans. She's stolen my underwear. I'm stunned. And in that instant, I want nothing more than to see her in my boxer briefs. And only them. She tosses back her hair and swaggers into her apartment, leaving me standing on the curb, staring like a fool. Shaking my head, I climb back into the car, and as I start the engine, I cannot help my shit-eating grin. I hope she says yes. I finish my work and take a sip of the fine Sancerre, delivered from the room service by the woman with the dark, dark eyes. Trawling through my emails and answering where required has been a welcome distraction from thoughts of Anastasia. And now I'm pleasantly tired. Is it the 5 hours of work or all the sexual activity last night and this morning? Memories of the delectable Miss Steele invade my mind. And Charlie Tango in my bed, in my bath, dancing around my kitchen. And to think it all started here on Friday. And now she's considering my proposal. Has she read the contract? Is she doing her homework? I check my I check my phone once more for a text or a missed call. Of course, there's nothing. Will she agree? I hope so. Andrea sent me Anna's new email address and assured me the laptop will be delivered tomorrow morning. With that in mind, I type out an email. From Christian Gray. Subject, your new computer. Date, May 22nd, 2011, 23:15. To Anastasia Steele. Dear Miss Steele, I trust you slept well. I hope that you put this laptop to good use, as discussed. I look forward to our dinner Wednesday. Happy to answer any questions before then via email, should you so desire. Christian Gray, CEO, Gray Enterprises Holdings, Inc. The email doesn't bounce, so the address is live. I wonder how Anna will react in the morning when she reads it. I hope she likes the laptop. Guess I'll know tomorrow. Picking up my latest read, I settle onto the sofa. It's a book by two renowned economists who examine why the poor think they behave the way they do. An image of a young woman brushing out her long dark hair comes to mind. Her hair shines in the light from the cracked yellowed window, and the air is filled with dancing dust motes. She's singing softly, like a child. I shudder. Don't go there, Gray. I open the book and start to read. As I close this book and stop reading for this episode. Was that the first email between them? Well, from him to her? I think it was. I think we just read his first email. So that's awesome. Well, that will do it for this episode. I'm going to try to get another one out this week. Please forgive me if I don't, but I'm definitely going to try. So until next time, this is Couch Potato Mike reminding you guys that in the end, we're all stories. So let's make them good ones. See you next time.